Hi friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Dahlia. Today we are back on my jungle core abandoned city working on another build, and today we are working on a large build, which you guys know I hate big builds, but we have to do it. We have to do it because I'm determined to finish this island as soon as possible. So we do a huge build today. That wasn't even the build I was initially gonna do, which, you know, that's the fun in content creating. It's all about, like, you know, just you don't know what you're gonna do until you press record. So I hope that you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Become a member if you would like to support my content and get access to exclusive perks. Information to all of that is linked in the description. So without further ado, let's head over to the area we're going to be decorating, and I hope you guys enjoy. I don't know why I'm doing a zoom in. Let's just do very close. Very close. Okay, so today we're working on this area right here, which I started in a video months ago, and we're working up here too. I did the terraforming off camera because you guys don't need to see that. You guys don't need to see the terraforming. That's the boring part. You guys want to see the fun decorating part. So we're starting with this area right here. You guys already know what we built today because you saw the title of the video. You've seen the thumbnail, but I have to like build this area first so that we can move on to the actual build. And Drift is like hanging out on random cliff areas. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. Do you ever notice that your villagers are always in like the weirdest places on your island? Like sometimes they'll just end up on a cliff somewhere and you're like, there's no incline. How did you get up there?
Ariana, what are you doing here?
So anyway, I decided, because obviously this abruptly ends. This is like a really random spot that ends abruptly, and I have like a road. I'm gonna do a little tunnel, which I love doing, and I've done this on a couple of builds on other islands before, but I'm gonna use the castle gate to make it look like a little tunnel. But the first thing I have to do is finish off the road. I'm excited to finally be using my road path again, because it's been a while since I've touched this path, and I have no custom design slots left. Like, I think I have like 2 maybe, like out of my 100, and this takes up like a good 20-30-ish probably, I think, give or take. So I need to use it. This will be a huge code for the remainder of the island. So that's what I did. So I quickly made my little road. It's very broken up, but it looks really good.
I make this look good.
And I really like it. What's fun about this code, this one's very customizable, and it really lets you be very creative with like how you place everything. There's also the additions with like the cracks in the road and like the little puddles. So it's very fun to use. I do utilize this code for a few spaces today, not just for regular roads, but also for some areas that like require concrete spaces. So here I am making my little you know, fake highway, small, like whatever you want to call this, tunnel. And the curtain partitions are what is required, obviously, to make it look like a blackened tunnel. There's a bunch of different ways that you can make this look good, but what's really nice about the curtain partitions is that they have a black colorway already as part of one of the custom design options. So use that knowledge what you will. So I'm just covering the rest of the cliff area with my simple panels, and if you're curious with the road code, the custom design panel codes, or any of the codes that I use on this island, everything is available in the description of the video. I do have a couple new road codes that are not new road codes, but new codes that I downloaded for this particular video. Like I said, I have no custom design slots left, and it took up 2 of like I think my remaining 4 or 5. So yeah, link in the description. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. So for this particular area, like most parts of my island where I have like these kind of very small sections because this is a very abandoned, trashed island. I'm using some cardboard items and some other things here or there, and then I fill in the rest of the spot with some wheat fields, some trees, and other things. I do come back to this towards the end of the video just to kind of add like a few finishing touches, but I essentially was very, very good with my build. And also, can we talk about like how that like popped up out of nowhere? Don't you love it when you start to glitch and you are required to like fumble with your like items because they're glitching when they're loading? That's when you know, like I said, if you're not lagging, you're not trying hard enough. So this area started lagging, so I knew it was good. It was a good time to move on, but I do come back at the end and kind of like do some little finishing touches. But like I said before I got really interrupted by myself, is that I did manage to decorate the majority of this particular area and move on to the next area. See, what I typically do is like I'll work on like a little bit of an area and then move on to another area, and then come back to that area. I was actually very good this time and worked on each individual section, finished it for the most part, and then moved on to the next section. So I'm now on the top part of the tunnel, and as you can see, I'm using my road code again. It is not a road here, it's just like a random like overlook. I'm going to be putting an incline here, so you basically can like go down, and then the rest of this entire area below here is going to be like on my second tier. Maybe I'll do some third tier clips too, but this is like the second tier overlooking the third tier. So we're currently on the third tier, if you're following along. So I'm just doing the pathing, and then we'll be working on the main section of today's build, which, like I said, you already know what it is because you saw the title of the video, but we're doing an abandoned pool and also an abandoned basketball court as well. I initially was actually going to do a bunch of like fake buildings in this area. However, I realized I was on the third cliff and I wasn't going to be able to make fake buildings with like balconies because I couldn't go higher with the cliffs. You shall not pass! So I quickly scrapped that, and then I'm like, you know what I've always wanted to do? I've always wanted to make a abandoned pool. I've always wanted to do pool builds, and I've done like a couple, like on my previous tropical city island I did like a small one, and I did another one on like my old tropical island that I got rid of. But like an abandoned pool area looks so cool. I've seen so many people do their own version of it. So I decided to try and make my own, and I'm really, really happy with it. So I do have to cut out a little chunk of the third tier cliff that we're on, obviously, to make the below ground pool like I'm currently working on. And then here is one of my new custom designs that I downloaded specifically for today's video. I'll try to incorporate it into like at least one more section on my island, so I didn't completely like waste a custom design slot just for one build. But yeah, and then here is the second custom design I downloaded, which is like, I needed it to match because the majority of my island has like grays for my custom designs. Like they're all gray tones with like my road code and everything, and like the stones from my river paths. So I do need to tie the pool in a little bit, so I decided to download this section one that's like a bigger tile, obviously both from the same creator, so obviously the whites match. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. I'll definitely be using this particular code one more time, hopefully. And that is what we did for the abandoned pool. And then I worked on the abandoned basketball court, and what's really cool about this is that I was able to just use my road code. So I do have the road code with like the white chalk lines for like the street, and I managed to make a rectangle.
Hiya, my name is Kermit, and today I'm here to talk to you about this new super up-to-date latest model rectangle.
With the row code, and that looks like a basketball court. Honestly, I did a very similar thing on my Trash Winter City island like last year, and this is very, very similar. Both two different row codes, but because I don't have additional pathing, I just had to make it work, and honestly it looks really good. I'm not mad about it, and honestly it's pretty simple. Like, it's not like it took a crazy amount of brain power to figure out how to do this.
This big brain time.
But I think it's nice that I was able to just work with what I had and make it work. So now I'm dividing the sections, and I broke up a lot of the custom design placement in today's build. Let me know in the future if you guys want to see more of my path placements in builds, because I feel like it takes me so long to put pathing down, especially when it's a road code that has a lot of customization to it, that I can kind of be a little more detailed with it. So let me know if you guys want to see that, because I don't mind breaking it up and so you guys kind of see the general placement, but overall it doesn't require you to spend 20 or 30 minutes to watching me place down pathing, which I don't mind, but you guys let me know. I don't know. You guys let me know. What do you think?
This is so boring!
So I put the fencing down to separate the two sections, and then along the perimeter as well. Honestly, using the fencing just adds a lot of height to the space, and I really like it. I really, really like it. And then obviously, as you can see, I left spaces in the beach or pool kind of tiles, so I could place weeds and stuff. Also, look at Bangle. She's so freaking cute. Okay, Bangle, I have work to do. So I put the beach parasols, and then the beach chairs, so the beach chairs with parasols and the beach chairs along the area to look obviously areas where people can sit and hang out at the pool, even though you probably don't want to hang out at this pool. It's kind of gross, if I'm being completely honest. And then to add a little bit more of uniqueness to the fencing, I decided to use the one simple panel design that I haven't used yet, that I was honestly debating just deleting because I haven't used it yet. And it's this really cool lattice fencing, and it looks really good. It looks really good, and I think it's cool because I left some sections between the fencing blank, so it kind of looks like it's falling apart too. I did the similar thing in my robot factory build, where I kind of left some of the construction scaffolding blank and then put some simple panels covering part of it, and I really like it. So yeah, I just really like it. I don't know, I feel like I needed to share that. So now I'm working on the below part of ground at the pool, and I wanted this obviously to look like it was really gross. So very overfilled with weeds. I put some vines. I of course put some wooden ladders to look like the actual ladders that go into the pool. I always forget that the step out ladders are even a thing because I almost never use them, but I used them today, so go me. And then I'm also putting some what are they called, bamboo shoots in the second or third growth stage. I think they're the medium young bamboo. Honestly, it kind of looks really overgrown algae or something. It's just meant to look really overgrown plants, you know. And then I put some life rings around the area and put one below the pool just to kind of look like it was left there, and then some trash items, and then some vine benches as well, because once again, just to kind of look like they're overgrown plants. And I think I'm gonna have to go around my island and place these in a couple more spots, because I use this even in my most recent video, which was my froggy swamp build, and I love it. And then also the toy cockroaches, which if you guys remember my Trash Winter City, one of my favorite items to use because it adds that level of gross disgustingness. Can you guys tell that I like working on abandoned islands? Like, I love working on islands that I can just like throw trashy items down and call it a day. Like, I love it. I love it so much. Speaking of abandoned islands, if you guys didn't watch my most recent stream that I streamed earlier this week, I reset my winter city or my winter town island, and we are working on a new theme, brand new island I just reset. It is a abandoned theme, hence me discussing it with you today, and it is a abandoned western town. I'm really excited about this theme. I've wanted to do a western town for a very long time, or like a western theme in some way, and I love working on abandoned islands, so throwing in one of my favorite kind of sub themes or subcategories of themes with a theme I've always wanted to do is very exciting, and I'm very looking forward to the process of building that island. I feel like a lot of the builds on that island might happen on stream going forward. I actually haven't even worked or touched that island since resetting. We reset together on stream. I showed you guys what the island theme was going to be and like the name of the island and everything. So go check that out if you would like the details about that island, but I'm very excited for it. So anyways, going back to this particular island, I finished decorating my pool and now I'm working on the basketball court. My kind of like color scheme that I work on and I've been using mainly have been like yellows, blues, and greens. So a lot of the colors in this particular section are very green. So like my benches, the basketball hoops, even the basketball, the ball catchers are green too, just because the basketball one happens to be green. So like the color scheme just worked out really nicely. So I kept this particular area a little bit more clean, I guess, compared to the pool. Not like intentionally, I do obviously add my wheat fields and other things like that, but for some reason this just turned out a little bit cleaner than the pool area. So I am trying to like make it look a little bit messier by adding like some cracks in the asphalt and, you know, little bits and things to make this look a little messier. But I will admit, like looking back on it, this is probably definitely a little bit cleaner. You can also walk through this area without lagging, which means I guess I didn't try hard enough, but at the same time I'm okay with it. I'm okay with like certain sections being a little bit neater if that means my island doesn't like fully break my switch, you know? Because I'm all for like making things as like messy as possible and overcrowded, but like there's a time and place where you kind of gotta be like, okay, I can rein it in a little bit, just a little bit. So I'm just adding the fencing along the corner of the cliff here, obviously just to complete what I did along the pool. And I plant some trees and stuff around the area too. Not sure how much of the tree planting I showed, but like I do obviously plant some trees in between placing items down. And then the last area we're working on, which is this little section right here, I was initially gonna do like just a simple like seating lookout area, but because this area is kind of like a communal space, as in like this is a place where like people would come and visit like with families and stuff, with like the basketball and like the pool area, I decided to do some park kind of like picnic table benches, using the outdoor benches and the wooden playing table. And I did this also on my autumn town, and I love this combo of the two like tables and benches. It's just like it's a nice combo. It looks really good, and I felt like this is a really cool area that like kind of looks like a picnic area where people like can go barbecue, and hence like the carp on the cutting board. I felt like it's really cool because it's like supposed to be abandoned, so like imagine someone just leaving like a dead fish there. Which I think is really silly to think about, but I like how it looks. And then I just added some like random items. I was gonna add like actual food on the tables, but I wanted it to look a little bit more messy, so I did like some different furniture items, which I'm still really happy with, but you know. And then I put the vertical banner with the open sign just to kind of show like it's meant to be like an open barbecue place for everyone to visit. But you know, like, you probably wouldn't want to barbecue here. Probably it's not very sanitary.
Are you sure this water's sanitary? It looks questionable to me.
Although I still really like it. And then I did my last little finishing touches with my trees and other things like that. And as we are coming towards the end of the build, I just want to quickly mention that I think I'm going to be setting my DA for this island to like more of an early morning sunny thing. I know a lot of my builds that was showing like this very overcasted, cloudy kind of vibe, but I kind of like the warmth of the sun with like the colors that I've been using so far on this island. I just think it adds a little bit more of a nice ambiance to it. And even though I love the fog, I don't know, I just kind of prefer this. But let me know what you guys think. I'm kind of open for discussion if you think I should do the foggy morning instead. But anyways, we are officially finished with today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Love how this build turned out. I'm having so much fun decorating again on this island. I'm actually kind of grateful I took some time away from it because I'm very inspired to decorate, and I'm very excited for the next couple of builds as we kind of quickly wrap up this island. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you did. Become a member if you would like to support my channel further. Link to the information for that is in the description. And yeah, I hope you guys all have an absolutely wonderful day, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!